Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Today I embarked on a project with these little pieces of card scrap from my bin. I was looking at these and I've realised that these are all like literally over 2 years old. I've been ignoring this bin for quite some time apparently. So yeah, what I have decided to do is embark on this little project to make some small booklets. So what I have done is taken the sides of these particular biscuit boxes and cut them in half. So they're all relatively the same size. You'll see me sort of even them up and trim them as I go. I'm just going to use some glue stick to stick them down to this piece of fabric. You could use other glue for this. I just basically want to keep it there while I finish covering it, so I'm not too concerned that it's like permanently stuck there like a limpet on a rock. So I actually cut the piece to go with that previously and then put it back in the pile and lost it, so I'll just search around for that for a bit. Once I have that, I'll stick it next to it. They're not going to stay like this. I'm going to cut them apart, but for now, that's just how I thought I would keep them together. Just seemed most efficient to me, because clearly I cannot keep things in the same sort of area without, some sort of muck up. See, I pop that straight back in the pile, and then I don't know what I've lost. So, yeah, I got to check that again. It was one of those days. This actually took me a very long time. I made 18 of these little booklets. It just took me forever. Might have been a bit too many, but I just wanted to get rid of these biscuit boxes because I realised, it's been like almost 2.5 years since anybody in my household has eaten these. So they've been sitting around for that long waiting for something to happen to them, so I just didn't want to look at them anymore. I didn't want to go into that box and see them and go, oh no, they're still there. So yes, they're now all gone, so I'm very pleased. So I'm going to stick all of these to random pieces of fabric. These are all just bits of scrap fabric. Some of them have been batch dyed, some of them are just whatever. This is a scrap that I did batch dye. I got it from my mother, I believe, who got it from a friend who does quilting. I get these things from all over the place. A lot of the stuff I'm using here is actually old shirts, just cut off of shirts that I've bought at the Goodwill to cut up for this and that. So yeah, there's a lot of scrap fabric going into these, which I'm very pleased with. I decided not to sew these pretty much entirely. They could be sewn. I would probably prefer normally to sew them. I just didn't feel like sewing, so I glued them. And they worked out fine. So yeah. Anyway, you'll see as I go through the process. I'll double time this so that you don't have to watch it in real time, because like I say, there are a lot of them. I may cut a few out just so that you are not subjected to watching me glue little pieces of cardboard to scrap fabric forever. So all right guys, enjoy. This fabric is a bit thicker than I would normally use, and it's quite stretchy. It ended up being a little bulky for this job. I probably wouldn't use something like this in the future, but this piece of fabric has been lying around forever and I just wanted to use it up. All that said, it worked out okay. I just think it's a little bulky in the spine area for this kind of little booklet, but yeah, I am certainly glad to get rid of some of it. Okay, they've been given some time to dry, and I made a lot more than you just saw there. I'm just going to trim around them and just glue the fabric to them at the corners and around the edges. Now this is where I would normally probably sew. I would just sew around each piece to hold the fabric in place, but yeah, it's just a personal choice, and at the time I just did not feel like sewing, so this is how I ended up doing it. So yeah, you can do it, you can do it either way. It works out perfectly fine not being sewn. I just tend to like the finish it gives me when I do sew things, but on this particular day it just wasn't part of what I wanted to do, so I just wanted to use this cardboard up right now. Anyway, yeah, you can see it all comes together quite nicely with just the glue, and that's our little covers sort of sorted out. Now you can see up there to the top of the screen I have cut some strips out of, I don't know, old trousers and old bed sheet and anything else I could find in my scrap bin, and I'm going to use that to make the spine. Now you could, when you put pages into this, do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Yeah, you could just staple them in. I decided to just run them through my machine. Having said I didn't feel like sewing today. It was just the most efficient way to get the little signature in. It's only 5 pages. They're only very small books. There's only a couple of layers of fabric to sew through, so yeah, I also apparently didn't want to do 3-hole pamphlet stitch or stapling today, so I gave in and did a little sewing. Some days you just get your days, don't you, where you just feel like something in particular you either want or do not want to do. So who knows, I don't even understand my thought process, so good luck to you all. So that's how I'm going to construct these. I'm going to cut each one down the middle there, fold the fabric over the edges, glue it, and then glue the spine on the outside and on the inside of the cover. And we'll think about covering the inside of the cover when I've done all of these. Okay, I am going to use this large single page dictionary page to make a little inside cover for these books. I'll take the top of the page and fold it over just slightly to reinforce a pocket. Then I will fold it up again to make a small pocket, and then I'll fold the top down to pop on the inside, and that just sort of reinforces it and gives it some strength. So I'll fold up a couple of these and then get to gluing them so that they're ready to pop in. When I'm ready to put them in each journal, I will trim one side and then glue them in. If I was putting these in just a little pocket book without pages in it, I would trim a little bit off of each side to make the text central, because you would see all of it when you open it up. As this was having a little note pages put in between, I didn't kind of feel it was necessary to fiddle around trimming both sides. So I just cut the excess off of one side. It means the text isn't quite central, but yeah, it looks fine. Okay, here are our little booklets that we got this far. And now we're going to stick in these sort of little inside cover pieces. So I'm just going to use some acetone-based glue. It's obviously stronger than a glue stick, and I am gluing to fabric. And this is basically what's going to cover up all the folds and the glue and everything else from the construction of the little booklet. So yeah, you want it to stick. And then I'll just glue the pocket shut and just give that a moment to dry. As you can see with these little books, I've chosen a little piece of ribbon to make a closure on each one, and yeah, we'll get to adding that when we add the pages in. So yeah, just trimming these up to fit, and I'll get them all glued in and we'll go from there. And in true 1990s cooking show style, here's one I prepared earlier. It has its little inside cover and 2 pockets. And there is a little signature in there and a ribbon for closure. So I am just going to take all of these away. I've already chosen pages for all of them and just sew down the middle. And here they are. Yeah, hundreds of them. It felt like hundreds of them. But yes, we have them all done. You can see there that I've just sewn the ribbon along with the pages when I've sewn straight down the spine. And then, yeah, we can just tie the ribbon and tie them closed. You can pop little tags or business cards or notes or whatever you like in the little pockets. And we have ourselves a bunch of cute little booklets. Finally. They did take a very long time to make. As you saw just then, I did decorate a few up, and we'll do a few more now. This is my box of fabric sort of clusters. Yeah, I make these up occasionally when I'm just feeling like it. You've probably seen me make quite a lot of these on film. Just occasionally I get this crazy urge to stick little bits of fabric together and, yeah, toss them in this box. So there we have them. So I'm going to choose one for each of these journals that I am happy with and stick them on. And then I will be finished with these for the moment until I make some little tags for them or whatever. Okay, that's got them all squared away. We now have all of our little clusters chosen, and I'm just going to stick them to the front of these little books. Then it'll just be tying the ribbon and we will all be done. Okay, that's pretty much it. They're all done. Yeah, I'm just going to tie them all closed, and I'll leave you with a couple of photographs so that you can see what they're all looking like. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me make them. It did take a long time, but I'm quite happy with the results, and I'm very grateful that you were here to share it with me. All right, guys, thanks for coming. I'll see you again next time. Bye.